All right, maggots, you listen up and you listen up good. An evil maniac is trying to take over the world, and we are the last holdouts for freedom, democracy, and all the cabbage you can eat. How do we know that he's evil? Because we have surveillance footage of him deliberately stepping on a rubber duck. I mean, who does something like that? Such is the premise of One Military Camp, a brand new tycoon-style game that released just last week. One Military Camp is developed by Abolite Studios, who are the sponsors for today's video, and of course a big thank you to them for that. If you guys want to learn more, there will be a link in the description down below. And even better, there's going to be a 30% discount for the game for the next couple of days, so if it interests you, now's the time. Let's go ahead and start up a new game and save the world. Meet Sergeant John Hawkins, the drill sergeant who is going to help instruct us in the creation of this base. Or at least he would if I was a total scrub and didn't already know how to militarize my society. But I'm something of an expert in this regard, so we're going to skip the tutorial and jump straight into the game. So, this is the blank slate that we have to work with to create our one military base. And if I zoom out on the world map right here, you can see that we're somewhat cornered by the dastardly forces of the evil Dragon. If the world has any hope for success, we need to recruit some soldiers, train them to become specialists, and then launch them on special military missions to free one zone at a time from their tyrannical grasp. So let's plan out some of the basics, shall we? We need to start with a simple barracks and some private housing for our people. Now, one thing to note, you generally want to keep your housing and such far away from all the training facilities, so try to plan accordingly, get all of your residential areas in one nice, neat spot. Why? Because training a military is extremely noisy, and people are going to get very upset. I'm going to have myself a barracks, which can house up to 7 recruits inside of it, and also a couple of private houses for our maintenance workers, our cooks, etc., people who are employed full-time in the base. I'm going to place down an electrical generator, and you can see the radius for where it's going to provide some power, though if we do need to expand that, we can propagate it further using an electrical pole, kind of like so. In addition to all of this, let's go ahead and place down a quick maintenance building, so some workers will be able to keep our buildings properly maintained, and hook that up to the pathing like so. And then we need to plan out our mess halls, our recreation, and our training facilities. I think what we can do for now is start with a simple mess hall. We'll place it, how about right over here, leaving some space for additional barracks? And I'm going to need a place to store some food that we will import to take care of our people. Let's go ahead and place down a food warehouse, let's say right about here. And that'll take care of some of the absolute bare basics until the recruits arrive. Let's go ahead and order some food, by the way, in the food warehouse. There's only a handful of providers in the world, only one accessible to us right now, Top Bun, who is selling food for 8 gold per unit. Though we will be able to find better providers as time goes on. Let's go ahead and start by buying, let's say, 100 food. And here comes a helicopter and drops it off. This is, by the way, one reason you should keep your warehouses away from all of your housing, because otherwise the helicopters are going to make people kind of upset. Right now, I'm just waiting for some candidates to arrive on the bus, and there they are! Hello, who are you? Alright, Laura Morales. You are pretty darn good at the strength skill, and some at speed, and not so much in intelligence and accuracy. I'm going to hire you to be my first ever maintenance worker and assign a proper maintenance building where they can work and also a private house. Boom, 300 gold per day. While we wait for a few other folks, let's go ahead and take a look at what we can do as far as training up our recruits. So when the recruits arrive, they're going to need some way to expand their skills. And as you may have already gathered by looking at Laura Morales, there are 4 skills to worry about. You got your speed, strength, intelligence, and accuracy. At the end of the day, you want people to be able to be trained in all of the above. The first thing to do is take a look at the current available mission. Save the cabbages, save the world. We need to get 2 artillery specialists and 1 comms operator. That means that strength and intelligence are 2 stats we are very much looking for. Knowing that that's the case, let's go to our training options over here. We want to place down an intelligence training facility, and a strength training facility would be kind of nice as well. But you can see that these buildings are not going to be in range of our power. So real quick, we'll go ahead and grab an electrical pole, and we're going to just draw it out over like so. Perfect. Here comes the next recruit. All right, so I'm pretty good at strength, but also speed. You know what? We do need someone to manage our mess hall. A chef would not be a bad plan. So let's go ahead and hire you for 350 gold per day. And another potential recruit. All right, this person's only good at strength. Helen, you are going to be my first proper soldier, a private that I can use to train up an artillery specialist. Let's immediately assign her to this strength training facility where she will be improving this skill and this skill only, and assign her to the barracks. And off she goes. She will arrive at the strength training facility, and she'll start beating on anything that it takes her to build up her skills. We're going to see this going up fairly rapidly right now, already jumping up to level 18 and so on. Now, every character does have not only some starting skills, but also some traits. In her case, she's a brainiac. Her intelligence will improve 25% faster. That could be useful in the future. For right now, not too important. Oh, Shigeru Mori, you could be a fantastic intelligence officer. Let's go ahead and recruit you as a private as well for intelligence training. And Jack Green, another perfect opportunity to grab myself a strength training private. Excellent. Soon enough, we shall have our specialists. Now this candidate, Igor Johansson over here, actually has a pretty good lineup of several skills. However, a slow recovery from injury and illness means you're probably not going to be the best suited for a lot of different missions. What I may want to do instead is make you a researcher. For that to work, we're going to want to get ourselves a research lab, which I'll go ahead and place right about over here. And then we shall recruit you for that role. Though we don't have any accommodations at the moment, stand by, I can get you another private house. Each of these employees can live inside of the barracks. It is an option, but it's not going to be quite as cozy for them. Far better to assign them to a private house, because we want the best possible workers. And there we go. You can now see we are generating a small amount of science. So with science, we can go to research. What are our options over here? Well, the tutorial would like you to pick up things like explosive engineering specializations and infantry specializations. I'll go ahead and pick both of them up for the heck of it. Remember, our top priority is to train up some artillery specialists and comms operators. That's what we need for the Cabbage mission. Now, how is that going to work? Well, let's take a look at, let's say, Jack Green over here. So Jack's strength skill has trained up to 32 and going up every day. Helen's is already above 45. 40 is the magic threshold we're looking for as far as setting a goal and being able to become a specialist. So, Helen, I want to say your goal is become an artillery specialist. She's already got the skills that she's going to need, but no facility with which to become a specialist. Let's go ahead and fix that. We're going to go to that training facility, and we're going to find the artillery specialization building. A very noisy place. Do not place it near your residences. You'll regret it. Now, some of these specialization buildings require certain resources. I'm going to place down a fuel depot because I'm going to need that eventually, and also an ammunition warehouse. Now, this is a little bit noisy, so if I place it over here, we're not going to be able to place down too many more residential buildings, and I'd rather have it kind of close to where it's going to be used. So let's go ahead and place this right over here. All right, Helen, with the specialization building done, let's tell you to specialize. You will now work in the artillery specialization building. Likewise, I'm going to need a comms operator specialization building, so let's put you right over here. And Shigeru Mori over here is ready to specialize as well, so let's go ahead and move him over to the comms operator building. There we go. All right, artillery specialization is currently being trained, and this guy is working the radios. Nope, wait, he's falling from the towers. I hope you're okay. We don't exactly have the best health benefits here. Now, as we've continued to expand the base, you may notice that our electrical generator is kind of close to overloading. That would not be a good thing, not at all. Let's go ahead and build up another one, and we can relieve some of the pressure. We're just about ready to launch our first mission, but we need a way of sending people abroad. Let's build up a heliport, of course, again, away from all of our residential areas. This should do just fine. Now we're going to go to the world map, to this particular mission here. Save the cabbages, save the world. For the people of Rocky Appendix are desperate. The evil dragon has banned all cabbages, the local specialty. This should be an easy Reconquest mission for us, though, so we're going to go ahead and assign our comms operator and our 2 artillery specialists. Very likely we will be able to win this one. Let's begin the mission. And off they go! Godspeed, men and women. Oh, good. One of our troops stumbled over a charred cabbage, which was noticed, and they raised the alarm. Great job! Look, they're a bunch of newbies, okay? You can't expect a lot of them yet. Nighttime is falling, and our men are still working on it over here. They've reached the town square, and they are taking light fire from the enemy, but they should be able to deal with that. Our people are going to be training mostly during the day, though you can schedule each of your employees or your soldiers to have a day or a nighttime shift, which can be helpful. Though they are going to have some basic needs whenever they are off their shift, mainly some simple entertainment. So let's go ahead and pick up something over here. A simple, let's say, arcade building wouldn't be the worst idea, though again, too close to all the residential areas would not be a smart plan. Each of your employees are going to allocate a small amount of their salary toward any sort of recreational activity. In that case, it's going to be ping pong or pinball or darts. I don't really care. It doesn't matter too much. The point is, it's a way of us generating some extra money while also making our people happy. I mean, it's almost like we have a captive audience or something. It's great. All right, we can retrieve our folks. This was a successful mission. We have the cabbages. I repeat, we have the cabbages. Well done, men and women! We have 9,000 more gold that we can use. And if we take a look at the world map, we have liberated a zone. The villagers are ecstatic ecstatic. So much so that they wish to erect a statue of cabbage and host Cabbage Day for the rest of eternity. Admittedly, probably not a very good idea, but that's all right. Anyway, the point is, though, by finishing this out, we now are going to unlock some additional missions with which we will be able to fight back the forces of Dragon. Some of which, alas, are going to be timed missions. So we can see here, for example, that we only have 33 minutes remaining to take this one on. And there are several others to worry about as well. We have deforestation in a valley, we have to stop some power for a fistful of dollars among society. All of this is going to require different specialists. The good news is I'm already preparing for all of that. We can get infantry specialization and explosive engineer specializations. I just need more recruits. Good news, I've left a lot of people in the waiting room just in case. I am going to need some more barracks, though. We are running out of space. That's fine. We'll go ahead and place down another block right over here. Now, I would like to jump into a mission like For a Fistful of Dollars, but you can see here that anyone who's run a mission recently needs a bit of time to rest before the next mission. So instead, let's take a look at deforestation in the valley. I've got an explosives engineer, and I've got a couple of infantry who are itching for a fight. And off they go. Now, one other thing I would like to point out is we did liberate the village of Crystalwood in our last mission, where we right now have a popularity of 50%. The more popular you are with a village, the better quality candidates they are going to be sending your way. There are a couple of different ways you can build up said popularity. The best and easiest way is to simply lower taxes. Everyone likes lower taxes. However, of course, that means we're not getting income because, well, I like having taxes. Taxes are good. Still, I'll go ahead and pull this down just a little bit, let's say 850 per day instead of 1,000, and let's see what that does to our popularity over time. The mission appears to be going well. We've managed to reach the base, place explosives, and get to a safe destination. All right, I like that. Maybe we get some sort of reward if you manage to complete all objectives? Oh, nope, somehow it got compromised. We had to abort. Well, gosh, dang it, that sucks. I'm sure it's fine. We'll just, try again. Maybe get some more quality recruits. You worthless scum! How could you let Dragon destroy the forest? Wait, am I destroying the forest? I don't know, actually. All right, let's go ahead and go for that time-stopping power mission. We have extremely overwhelming forces. If we can't win this, I'm going to be very disappointed in all of you. Not that I'm not always a bit disappointed in you, if I'm completely honest, but it's all done in love, all right? I'm supposed to have tough love on you guys. That's how I train you to become better people. I break you down in body and spirit and build you into something bigger and useful. Now notice, by the way, there is something special over here for this mission among high society. The spy specialization, something we haven't touched so far, and actually requires skill in both speed and intelligence. If we go to our research over here, we can unlock special types of buildings, like this by specialization, so we'll go ahead and buy this now. You can also spend your science to upgrade buildings you've already got, for example, making the intelligence training just a little bit better, speeding up the training by 20%. Not bad. Hark, dost my ears deceive me. Did we actually succeed in the mission? It certainly seems we did. All right, Dragon's forces are retreating. Excellent, I get some more much-needed funding to take care of my base. And if we go to the world map, we should find that at least one of these flags has been removed. Finish enough missions and we can liberate more territory, and thus collect more tax. Confidential communication received. What is going on during this latest mission? We walked into a trap! No! Well, now the question becomes, who do we trust? Do we trust our soldiers to engage, or do we trust our comms operators? Send a false message. Pretty sure that might work. They're my best soldiers, right? Maybe, I don't know. Aha! It worked! Alright, thank God. Those Dragon soldiers are fools! And as a result, we also improved the intelligence of all soldiers by 10 points. Well, that's very, very nice, actually. Thank you. You can decorate the base periodically, by the way, if you so desire. For example, we could place down some statues or something along those lines, maybe a few banners. Is it strictly necessary to place down a statue of Cthulhu? No, not really, but it feels pretty fun. Also, loudspeakers. Loudspeakers are especially fun, though, because you can literally record yourself and shout at your people. It's a really funny little touch, but it's honestly amazing. Listen to this.
Remember, soldiers, if at first you don't succeed, stop sucking so much.
And of course, everyone does need a stern reminder every once in a while.
If you don't believe that John Williams is the greatest composer of all time, let me tell you got no place in this military base. Get out!
Oh, it's funny because it's totally true. Seriously, get out. Anyway, I can now upgrade this speed training facility. Let's go ahead and do that at the cost of a bit of money, which means everyone now trains a lot faster. Hooray!
Whoever forgot to flush the toilet, drop and give me 20.
Ah, we finally can get our first spy. Excellent. Susie Rogers, trained well in both speed and intelligence. Soon you should be our secret agent woman. Look at you go. Yeah, those lasers, man. Everyone's got lasers. You can't be a good spy without getting through those. Oh, there we go. All right, this time we were able to finish the deforestation in the valley. Excellent. I think we're about to finish freeing up this entire region, actually. We're learning more about some of Dragon's lieutenants. She's making us cut down every single flower in the valley because she's got allergies. Now, look, I understand wanting to get rid of allergies as much as the next guy, okay? I suffer from those too. But destroying all sources of floristic beauty, that is not the solution. Looks like our first spy mission was a complete success. Excellent, we've infiltrated their festivals. And now we got a lot of dirt on their agents. Well, looks like someone's trying to reach out to me, though. Oh, it's actually a good person. It's an allied spy. Looks like Dragan has moved his forces to the east for some reason. We can extract the spy. Maybe we can get some more intel. Yes, this is not only a tycoon game, we're following a proper campaign story as we try to save the world. Amazing, ain't it? Hey, look, another provider of food. So instead of buying from Top Bun at a premium, we can now start buying from Starchy Troopers, a little bit cheaper. That's one more reason it's worth always trying to conquer new territory, because every once in a while you'll find better providers, and that helps boost your economy. Oh, okay, this is something we haven't had to deal with yet. One of our soldiers has become injured. All right, that means we're gonna need to get ourselves some medical attention. So let's get a look up over here. It's under health, I believe, and an infirmary or a physiotherapy clinic for any training injuries. There we go, that's what I'm looking for. Alas, this does mean that I actually need a doctor, and I don't currently have anyone who can fulfill that role, so that's a small problem. Oh, more confidential communications. Oh boy, the barricades are stronger than we thought. Let's see, look for a weak spot or keep trying until the barricade gives way. Oh boy. We'll try looking for a weak spot. Not sure if that's gonna work or not, but we'll give it a go. Yeah, looks like they were able to pull that one off. At least there we go. Okay, and popularity amongst all towns has decreased. Oh, we did a bad job. Well, dang it, folks. Whatever. Okay, fine. It frees up another territory, which helps stave off the income I'm currently bleeding because, I'm not exactly being the most economical right now. I'm trying to train up a lot of folks. You can see here that the missions are getting gradually more and more complex. Lots of different specializations required. We've got our aviators, our spies, and we have our tank drivers all doing their jobs now. And it's going to get even more complicated fairly soon. Yes, if you take a look at the goals here, you can kind of get a sense of what we're working toward, right? You got ourselves our snipers, juggernauts, hackers, chemists, divers, navy commanders, snow troopers, desert soldiers, commandos, instructors, and eventually a super soldier capable of doing everything unbelievably well. And some of the missions are getting a lot harder in correspondence with this. Following the White Gardener, yeah, it's an easy, it says, Reconquest mission. Forces are getting a lot stronger over here, though. But it was successful, which is great, and oh no, one of our soldiers did not return. Oh, we lost somebody. No, not our tank driver! Probably actually captured, not killed, and John Hawkins is absolutely convinced we're gonna get them back. Maybe, I don't know. How valuable were they? I mean, now I don't have to pay them, so I consider that to be at least a partial win. Oh no, I lost another tank driver! What is it about our tank drivers that keep getting captured by Dragon?
And let that be a lesson to all of you. A slow tank driver is a dead tank driver.
What's this next mission? Potatoes? Boil 'em, mash 'em, stick 'em in a stew? I don't care. Now, if you find yourself in a situation where you're getting a little bit tired of having to restock these warehouses manually, never fear. There's a way to solve that with the tech tree. Just spend a bit of research on, let's say, restocking food or something, boom. Not only do we increase its capacity, but by upgrading this, we now are able to automatically fill it. So whenever we fall below, let's say, 40%, automatically purchase another order. Oh, no, but now they're sneezing in the camp. That means only one thing. Somebody has the flu! No problem, though. I've already fixed that. We have an infirmary right here. What is going on over here? Oh, I have fun on the centrifugal machine. Look at that. It's like, wee, woo, woo, woo. Okay, you're gonna get sick. Anyway, this person has the flu. A tank driver. Oh, God, I can't lose another one. Assigned to the infirmary! You can actually prevent the flu more or less using some technology over Mya. Upgrade some housing, for example, increases their insulation and reduces the likelihood that they get sick. That could be helpful. Same thing with the barracks. Now we need to start branching out into even more specialized training. I think it might be a good idea to get ourselves a chemist. 3 different skills required for this particular job. Very ambitious. Fortunately, I've got one private who really stands out beyond the others. Yannick Fidel. Very good in several skills. Go become my chemist.
Yes, sir.
I will save those potatoes, I swear upon my mother's grave.
Sure
My mother's not dead, but that is beside the point. Note, by the way, that this town absolutely loves me. Looks like we could probably raise taxes just a smidge, and I don't think this is gonna hurt me too much. No! Not another tank driver! How is this possible?
Attention, soldiers! From here on, anyone wishing to become a tank driver must pass a comprehensive 200-page exam. That is all.
Despite all of these completely avoidable setbacks, I think we're doing pretty good. We're definitely pushing Dragan's forces out. I mean, granted, he hasn't really taken much notice of me as of yet. But for now, we're starting to free up quite a lot of territory. Now, I say that Dragan hasn't seemed to take notice of us, and that is actually quite relevant, because as you might notice from the tech tree, at some point you do have to worry about your personal defense. Spy surveillance, security hubs, anti-drone batteries, shield inhibitors, and optical camouflage inhibitors. All things that at some point we are going to need. We've been enjoying being underneath his radar for a while. It won't last forever, though. Ah, see, we're on red alert. All right, they have sent spies to sabotage the camp. Oh, no. So basically the way this works is if our soldiers are starting to act kind of weird and standing out because they're terrible actors, we can actually try to click on them and uncover them, and they'll start running for it. Alternatively, one thing we could do is set up some watchtowers in a few locations, and I haven't gotten those yet, but we can go ahead and get a spy surveillance tower like so. Place a few of these down, and we might be able to actually detect any enemies before they become a threat. For this, we need defense workers, just like we would doctors or anybody else. So, Adriana, you're extremely well trained in accuracy. You're gonna make for an amazing defender. Ah, nope, we didn't get through a spy fast enough. All right, blew up my aviator specialization. Yes. No! Wow, they actually did a complete and total number on this, didn't they? Right. Well, first off, let's go get you treated properly. Holy crud, is the spy still here? Good news is maintenance workers should be able to repair this. Nothing a little bit of broom work can't fix. I'm actually gonna go ahead and upgrade this spy surveillance tower rather drastically. Boom. This gives it a much larger radius with which to spot spies. Mainly in case any of them sneak in as recruits or anything. I don't know if they actually come through the front door. It would make sense if they didn't, but on the off chance they're that stupid, I should be able to detect them right away. Looks like we've been able to clear out another region over this direction. Oh look, it's another one of those towns. I shall slightly reduce your taxes, and they're gonna send me better medics and researchers. Well, that's helpful. Now, alas, you may notice we are bleeding tons and tons of money. However, it doesn't matter. As long as we have a strong roster of soldiers trained in several different specializations, we should be able to complete missions fast enough that we have nothing to worry about. We easily meet all of our operating costs. Ultimately, the goal is to train every single one of your soldiers up to a skill of 100 in every skill if possible. Then you can just jump them around between different occupations and take on as many missions as you want. But for now, I think this might be a good place for us to end this particular video. Dragan, don't get comfortable. Your rule is not going to last for much longer. I'm making fantastic progress. Soon this world shall be liberated, and we can take you on in your dastardly stronghold. Once again, thank you to Abolite Studios for sponsoring today's video. Of course, if you guys like what you see and you want to learn more, there's going to be that link in the description down below. Thank you all for watching. Be sure to hit that like button, leave a comment, and subscribe. And I will see you guys next time.